Hello and welcome to Farmer's Kitchen.
Hello.
Somebody's eating, Mrs. Farmer.
They're having a good time back there.
You know what? We have baby lambs.
We do.
We have a new pup.
We do.
There's a lot of stuff going on around the farm. As we hear the sound of crunching and munching in the background, wouldn't you like to be doing that?
Yes, I
in a
would
little while?
actually.
Not necessarily.
I'm starving, but not
sheep food.
yeah.
But let's just take a look at what's going on here. Here's the girls. Here's the mamas. I'm giving them a little bit of supplemental feed. And if you notice, Mama Mia here on the end, she looks terrible. She is shedding her hair.
Yeah.
They are hair sheep. They're cotyledons. So that stuff comes off in globs. So what happens around the farm? We see lots of birds' nests this time of year with black hair and white hair. And we have triplets, we have twins, and we have a single. And this single, which everybody else was already done, so we didn't really look at it. We thought it was a little female. It's going to be a huge ram. Hopefully it'll look like his daddy.
He already does.
So we talked about Moses. We lost Moses due to a bowel issue.
Yeah.
And he did not pass of old age, bless his heart. We lost him on the table, and that was just the way things went. And through that, though, we found a really good veterinarian, and he's going to be our veterinarian for life. They really took care of him. But out of necessity now, we have to have another guard dog.
Right.
So we went to the farm that we originally talked to, and we got Moses, and I called them, and they just happened to have one male.
It's our lucky day.
So I said, would you please hold him? And Sean was nice enough to say, yes, we will.
Yeah.
You ready to go pick Mojo up?
I am.
Wake him up from his nap?
I am.
Let him out in the general population?
He's adorable.
All right. All right, here's part of the whole process we saw last. Oh, he loves Maggie. This is part of the whole process we saw last time. Everybody has to get used to each other. This is who he's going to be raised with. This is who he's going to protect. And he's liable to get head-butted. He's liable to get stomped at by some of the older females. But this is all part of the process. He gets used to everybody, they get used to him. That's why, in this type of situation, a few people have said, well, can't you do a rescue dog? Rescue dogs are great for pets or certain things, but if they've not been raised with these animals, and that's very important, they'd be raised, that's their training, and grow up with them, and therefore bond with them and become their protector. There's the stomp. What are we doing, budgies? You getting used to everybody? You getting used to everybody? See, here's where it can get rough. She's protecting.
She is protecting that baby. He puts his little head in you.
Look what we've got.
Aww.
Now we miss our Moses. And just to clear a few things up, Moses didn't die of old age. He had a bowel obstruction and he died during surgery. So that was rough.
Yeah.
So anytime you get a pet, you understand that they're not going to be with us forever.
Right.
But boy, I tell you what, look at that little face.
How sweet.
Look at that little face. Maggie absolutely loves him. The sheep, you know, they're going to stomp a little bit and they're going to carry on, but it's very important for him to be welcomed into the flock per se, because he will be huge someday and he will be our guardian.
Look how precious.
He is precious. So far so good. The really interesting thing about this whole thing is this little dog came from the same farm in Western Kentucky, Four Harper Farm. And he looks so much like Moses. This little pink spot on his nose right here, Moses had the exact same thing. So we're driving back. We're thinking about names.
Right.
And Kelly says, well, how about Moses Jr. or Mojo? I'm like,
You liked it instantly.
Now, when I was a kid, all the old timers, not all the old timers, but some of the guys that I knew that had bird dogs and squirrel dogs and so on and so forth, they would have One fellow I knew, Dexter Wilburn, he would have Jake
Okay.
and Julie. And when he lost a dog, he'd have Jake
Julie.
and Julie. So I see no harm. He's going to have his own personality,
Yeah.
but I see no harm in carrying on the same name. Same farm, same deal.
It's a little different, Mojo.
He's a little different, and he might have a whole different personality. It's so
Yeah.
interesting to watch him. But we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're going to see him raised up with everybody around here. So that's Mojo.
Mojo. I like
Moses. He's going to be called a lot of things. How about a quick and easy rib recipe? I mean quick and easy. Nikki, what'd you
They're
think
delicious.
about these?
These are delicious.
You know, we were struggling the other day. We had a lot to do, and I wanted to just pop something in the crock pot. We wanted ribs, and we're cleaning the freezer out. And so I thought, you know what? I bet you if we put these on a slow cooker, that fat will just run right off in that pot. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to make a sweet and spicy rib. But we're going to dump these in. Ms. Farmer, if you want to go ahead and do that, let's just dump them in the crock pot, which is already going. So now I'm going to take my favorite dry rub.
That you made. This is delish.
This is. Now, I'm not going to tell you my whole secret, but the thing is, just remember this. I'm heavy on the brown sugar, and I'm heavy on the minced onions. But I like a sweet heat, and that's what these are going to be. Now, Ms. Farmer, if you turn those over a little bit. I'm very liberally applying this in here.
And this is all you did. These are delicious.
This is it. This is the first part.
Well, the first part,
There's
yeah.
the second part. That's going to get us started. That's on high. Those are going to have to go 4 hours.
Okay.
Now, maybe I'm strange, but I like sauerkraut with my ribs.
Your sauerkraut's delicious.
All right, we're going to cut some thin onion rings, and I've got a little over a quart of sauerkraut over here. Now, did you ever think you might want to do sauerkraut on your own? Miss Lois does them 1 jar at a time, and they come out perfect every time. So here she is doing some of that, and you can look that up if you haven't seen that. Now let's just cut each one of these in half, Mrs. Farmer. Plop those in. Now I like to cook my sauerkraut with beer. Now the alcohol is going to cook out of there. If you don't like alcohol, that will cook out. Now over time, I will cook 2 beers in this. Put a little bit of caraway seed, a little bit of black pepper, and I'm just going to let that go. You know, cooking outside is special. Whether you're doing it over a fire. Tonight we want to be down on the patio, and we got sauerkraut and ribs. Now, Crockpot, you got to plug it in.
Right.
These little portable butane burners,
They're nice.
take them anywhere you can cook. We're going to cook something else in here in a little while, but first of all, we have to go pick it.
Yes, we do.
You ready to get it, Miss
I
Farmer?
am ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at Boo Boo over there, chilling. All right, if you look in my yard, I don't mind dandelions. We don't spray. We have bees,
Right.
little kids running around. I don't know what's in this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to claim to know. But if it kills a flower, that's all I'm
Right.
going to say.
Right.
But as you look down, as you really get a good look, you'll see that if it wasn't for weeds, I wouldn't have a green yard.
That's right. Whenever. Great.
Now I'm going to mow this tomorrow, and when you see it from a distance, it's going to look beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But look what we have. Just looking right here, I can see henbit, I can see wood sorrel, I can see dandelions, I can see broadleaf, just right within 50 yards. The amazing stuff you can eat. Today, most people do this, they pick a quart.
Right.
We're going to do 1 cup because we only have so many jars.
Right.
Because we've made a lot of this already.
Right.
So we're going to make dandelion jelly, and it's absolutely delicious. It tastes like honey, doesn't it?
It does. It's really good.
Now let's pick. Another thing our bees are working out here, they like the dandelions too. That's one reason I don't spray. I want them to take that up to their hive so we can have some honey later. All right, here's our end goal.
What a great idea. I didn't know you could do this.
Now, dandelions are good for health food. They have so many vitamins. This is not necessarily health food, but this is delicious. And this is our treat.
Sugar, that's right.
This is our treat from the yard. So this is a cup. Most people do a quart, but we're about out of jars. So go ahead and tell us the ingredients, Mrs. Farmer, as you snip away the green.
What we're going to do is they just want the yellow. Now, try not to get, I might get a little green in there, but I want to try to get a cup of these. And this is going to make us 4 of those little jars of jelly, exactly. So we're going to take these, and once I get these all cut, 1 cup, we're going to put them in 2 cups of water, get that to boil for 2.5 minutes, and then we're going to add some more ingredients.
Makes it really good.
This is simple. This whole process maybe takes 10 minutes, if that.
I remember as a kid eating this and thinking, man, that tastes kind of like honey. And it really does. It has just an interesting taste to it.
It does taste like honey.
You know, not too long ago, somebody woke me up a little bit. They got on our page and said, hey, you know, not all of us were raised cooking.
Right.
You know, show some stuff like mashed potatoes. I never really thought of that. If you're just starting out, some of these things, some of these sides that we do,
it's true.
We're going to be a little more explicit. Now, for you folks out there who do this every day, be patient with the folks who haven't quite started yet. Some people in their 50s and 60s are just starting cooking. So I'm going to go over a sauerkraut recipe again. I took that for granted, but here's what it is. Over a quart, a little over a quart of sauerkraut. I took a sweet Vidalia onion, cut it into rings, put some black pepper in there, and I put 2 beers in there. Now, over time, that will cook down and cook down. Then put just some caraway seed in there. Next thing you know, you got something wonderful. If you do like a little bit of sweet, you can put some sugar in there. That kind of gets a little bit of the tang out. But it's so simple and so good, especially with ribs and things like that.
It is delicious.
All right, Mrs. Farmer. So I've got you some boiling water here. I got 1 cup of mostly yellow flower parts.
You definitely need a good pair of scissors. You saw how long that took me, but it was worth it. And Tracy got us these. These are wonderful.
Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah. And I got 2 cups of water here, and I have 1 cup of the dandelions.
And so we're going to boil that.
That's right.
For how long? 3 minutes?
Yeah, once it boils, we're going to let it boil for 3 minutes.
Okay, so out of the 2 cups of water, what you pour off and what we use is the 3/4 of a cup.
Right, we just want 3/4 cup of that.
Right. And then at that point, we come back with some sugar, some lemon, some pectin.
That's right.
And some drops of vanilla if you want that in there.
Right. And we're going to boil it again, and we'll have us some jelly.
That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to strain these.
Right, and this is gone for 3 minutes of boiling.
All right.
And we're going to strain it. We're going to kind of squeeze it too. All we need is 3/4 of a cup of this. See how it colored the water there for us?
That's where we get our golden color.
That's right.
All right, Mrs. Farmer, next step.
Ready? All right, we got a lot of juice here, but all we need now is 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to measure us 3/4 of a cup. Look at that pretty color. Pour that in the pot for us. And now I'm going to take the pectin, and we're going to take 3 teaspoons of this. Batch 1, 2, 3.
Now you got a short window for dandelions. You know,
that's right.
Before they blow away in the wind.
I'm thinking just a couple drops.
A couple drops vanilla.
Yeah, a couple drops
boom,
vanilla.
Boom.
Perfect. And we want about a tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit in here.
A lot of people have had this as a kid. It's right outside your door. It's easy to get. It's fun. The kids, grandkids would love this.
Oh, yeah.
They're in Michigan now, but wish they were down here.
Well, we're ready.
Boil.
Let's get that to a boil. All right. Now we brought the stuff to a boil.
Okay.
And now we are going to go ahead and add our 1.5 cups of sugar.
All right.
And this has to go for 3 minutes. And then we've got us some jelly.
And every time one of those little bubbles comes up, a calorie bounces out.
Really? Okay,
so by the time you get done with this, all those bubbles, it'll be like backwards in calories, like minus 2,500 calories per bite.
So I can eat it with a spoon like I was earlier?
Exactly. You want this not to bubble up too much, but about like that. That's all the bubbles you want. Then back off just a little bit. And we are done.
We're there.
It's 3 minutes.
And this will make exactly 4 of these little jars so we can share with our friends.
And stuff like this, if you had a little care package, maybe you had some sausage that you made.
Oh, yeah.
Around Christmas time.
Wouldn't it be cute in
some
that?
Dandelion jelly. This, I hate to say it, but this is not going to last till Christmas.
No, it's not.
Our dandelion jelly lasts about a jar a day.
Mm-hmm.
These are going to go directly into the refrigerator. We're not going to have any shelf life on here.
No, we won't.
Because we're going to eat them. And boom, they're going to seal. And we got something special.
Ta-da!
I'm Lardo,
And I'm Burley,
and we're the Moron Brothers. Got a frog in my throat. Shawnee Creek.
All right, then.
Wells down the river to Shawnee Creek, and a fella called Muskrat Dan. He lived on the water with a pretty little daughter, and Lord, he's a mean old man. I slipped down and visited with her, and he's out checking his trap line. If he ever catches me, he'll have my hide to grind. I'm going down to Shawnee Creek, take my pole and gun, do a little hunting and fishing, see my gal and have some fun. Sometimes fries up catfish, coon, muskrat, and squirrel. It's always cornbread and wild green. Man, I love that girl. When she wears a red bandana in her hair, I know her pap is gone. If I don't see a red bandana there, that mean old man is home. I pull my boat up on the bank and I hide there in the weeds. Sometimes it takes half a day for that old man to leave. I'm going down to Shawnee Creek, take my pole and gun, do a little hunting and fishing, see my gal and have some fun. Sometimes fries of crappie, deer meat, rabbit or quail. It's always cornbread and wild green. Man, I love that gal. Gonna build us a little old shanty boat and make her my river queen. Every day we'll eat a different kind of meat with a cornbread and green. I'll have to face old Muskrat Dan, hope he don't draw his gun. He won't be losing his pretty little daughter, just have me for a son. I'm going down to Shawnee Creek, take my pole and gun, do a little hunting and fishing, see my gal and have some fun. Sometimes he cooks me a big old carp, possum or beaver tail. It's always cornbread and wild green. Man, I love that gal!
All right, so we're going to dip into our beautiful honey-colored jelly. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Is it not beautiful?
I think I need to eat some just to eat.
I think we're eating something sweet first. You know our moms are going to be watching this.
That's right, we'll be in trouble later.
I'm going to put a little bit
One more?
See, that's why our dandelion jelly doesn't last very long.
We're going to share.
Yep.
Look at the jelly oozing out.
I'm going to come back and clean that up.
Oh, wow.
Is that not delicious?
It's got a honey taste to it. Wow.
That is absolutely delicious. But
That
you know
is
what, Miss
delicious.
Farmer? So let's get this stuff out of the way because everything's coming together real quick. These are our carefree Crockpot ribs.
They are so good.
They are so good and they're so easy. And if you only have a
Yeah.
few minutes and you got to go do something and you just need to leave them setting, it's so easy.
They just get better and better.
All right, let's set this out of the way and get them rigged up. All right, so that fat has all rendered
Wow.
down in there and they've been cooking in that.
Oh, they smell so good.
And we've already have dry rub on, so we already have a seasoning going here.
And you're going to make them even better, aren't you?
So what I'm going to do, want that, Miss Farmer?
I do. Just make sure it's good.
So now, you want it to fall off the bone, but you want it just a little bit firm. Look at that, it's perfect.
That was good already. You didn't even do anything to it yet.
So what I'm going to do, as you can see, these are exactly where I want them. That's exactly how I want them. I've got the oven in the house. You can do this on the grill, but I really like putting them right up to the broiler and watching them in the oven and watch that sugar start to caramelize.
Make them even yummier.
But what we're going to do is to that, we're going to add some heat. Know what you're thinking?
Yeah.
You want to pour that on there?
When it, yeah.
And that was probably a teaspoon and a half of red pepper flakes. We want those evenly spread out through there. And we're going to add a little bit of that black pepper flavor too, just that nice. Oh. Now what I'm going to do is just evenly spread this. And yes, this is a well-used cookie sheet. It is
yeah.
not perfect, but again, we're on a farm. So I have taken a cup of my All-American
Favorite barbecue.
sauce. This is my recipe. It's so easy.
Oh, this is so good.
You know, that's the fun thing. You can make your own barbecue sauce. You can make your own dry rubs. And you can really tailor them to how you want them. How hot you want them, how sweet you want them. Now I really want to slather these on. And again, I'm just going to finish these off in the oven. You could do it on a grill.
But you're going to broil them, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to put it on about 375.
Okay.
Where you can kind of watch it get nice and warm. You can watch it start to bubble, and you can see that sugar caramelizing. And you know, you've got to get something special. And for an added touch, our sesame seeds that we're going to put on there are going to toast right on top of them. You see where we're going this morning?
Yes, I do. Just makes them look better.
Mm-hmm. And
it tastes better.
And it tastes better when those toast up on there. All right, let's take those to the oven. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has.
We got a lot done. We cooked ribs in the crock pot. We got our dandelion jelly.
That's right.
Picked and made.
That's right.
We cooked sauerkraut. Now this was with the cream ale.
Okay.
Vanilla cream ale.
Oh, yum.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
it really added a little sweet to it. So we accidentally got something wonderful here. I was out of the beer that I was going to use. So let's look at what we have, Mrs. Farmer.
Looks
I know you're
beautiful.
dying to eat one. Grab one and go. Grab one and go.
I want to try your kraut too. Can I just bite one?
You bite it, and I'll try the kraut for you.
Wow.
Wow, that kraut is something.
Oh, wow. You want to bite of this one? Finger looking good.
Oh, comes right off the bone.
I want to try your kraut. That's always delicious. That's good.
It's got just enough heat.
Very
You know
good.
what? They come out perfect every time. You can pick them up. Easy to eat.
Those are delicious. You gotta do yourself.
It's the end of the day. This is our dinner.
Where's the rest of those? In the house? I want the rest.
They're right over here.
Oh, yum.
You know what? That being said, if you wanted to find recipes like this, where would you find them, Mrs. Farmer?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
Go to our YouTube page and you can find all kinds of how-tos, so on and so forth. But we want you to be our Facebook friend. Now that's
right.
almost impossible, but how do you do it?
You hit like. It's really
That's
hard.
it. Our time has run out. We're looking forward to some upcoming shows. We're trying to do stuff around the house that's easy to find and have fun. Take your kids, grandkids out and play. This show is dedicated to Moses, old and new.
That's right.
We love our new one.
We
We
do.
love our old one.
That's right.
And he's going to be a great dog if Myrtle will quit stomping at him.
That's right. I think we need to go get him and hug him.
I think so. Mr. Farmer, it's all about
Good times.
good friends.
Really good eats.
Really, really good eats.
Yes.
Let's
but
dig in.
I want to, but I'm going to grab the puppy.
Oh, yeah. We'll see him in a minute. We'll see you next week in a brand new Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
Yeah.
Grab your rib.
Okay.
To order a cookbook, email timfarmerck@gmail.com.